Hello, good morning, Robert.
Hello, teacher. Good morning.
Hey, hello. Was checking something here,
Mm,
and I couldn't see the camera. I didn't know that you were here because I was
uh,
checking something else. Hello, how was your weekend?
it was very well, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I take I took a rest. Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
Why did you took a rest? I mean, you had vacation from the enterprise that you work in?
No, teacher, but I I came back on Friday from
Okay.
Guatemala. Yes,
Okay. Hmm.
and I felt so tired. Yes.
Yeah. And where did
Yes.
you go in Guatemala?
In Ciudad de Guatemala. Yes,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
yes,
How many
for
days there?
business. Huh?
How many days there?
5 days. Yes,
5 days, okay. And
yes.
that was like vacation or
No, teacher, for business. Yes,
business.
yes, for work or
Ah,
for
okay.
work. Yes.
From your work or your own business?
No, from my work.
Ah,
Yes,
okay. Okay.
yes.
How was the trip? I don't know
We
if you visit many places.
yes, but um, at night we 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 went to 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 have dinner
Mm-hmm.
yes, and we visited Cayala
Oh,
and another buildings, yes.
in your free time, I suppose.
Yes, but we 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 left from our work at uh, 5:30 or 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have many time
You
to.
didn't.
Yes,
You didn't have much time.
we didn't have. Yes,
Uh-huh. Because it was
we didn't have much many time.
no
Much
much many, no
time.
much time. Yeah, exactly.
Much time. Yes.
Yeah, because el tiempo, we don't say tengo 10 tiempos. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we say much time, mucho tiempo, right? If you say many times, that is like muchos tiempo. Doesn't make sense,
Mm,
right? So that's why we say much time.
yes. Yes.
Okay. Hey, wonderful. I mean,
Uh,
you went to Guatemala. That was
yeah.
like a little vacation, let's say. It's
Yes.
about your work, but at the end, you
Yeah.
enjoyed a little bit there. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yes.
Excellent. Hmm. All right, Robert. Well, I will start the class with you.
Okay.
Let me show you the book. Okay.
Okay.
This is page 23.
Page
Page
20.
23, exactly. We are going to discuss a little bit about this. It's very simple, to be honest, right?
Okay.
Um, the topic here is orders of modifiers. The instruction here says, Robert.
Okay. When two or more modifiers occur in a sentence, they usually follow this order.
Okay. I don't know if you have wondered that sometimes you say, man, this sentence, what it goes first, this word or this word or this word, right? So it's like when you say, my car, I have a car, okay? And you say, the car is black color or color black. Which one goes first? Because in Spanish, we say color negro.
Mm,
Negro goes at the end in Spanish, but
yes.
in English is different, right? We say then the adjective first and then the noun. Okay, something similar is this one. So when we are going to express a sentence, we have to follow this order. First, we can
Okay.
mention the quality,
Quality,
the size,
size,
the age,
okay.
the type, the noun, or, and then the descriptive phrase. It's like the additional information, let's say. Okay, so it is not necessary that you mention all of them, because if you
Okay.
see in these examples, we have this first, then we have some blank spaces, and then we continue here. But they
Okay.
have to follow this order that we have here at the top. Is
Okay.
it clear?
Yes, yes, teacher.
Okay, so these examples that we have here are from the previous page, the 22. Yeah,
Okay.
a Pinterest little resort town with year-round outdoors activity. A picturesque, a picturesque little. Okay,
Little
let me
town.
see if I can find it. It should be over here. Let me scroll down. A picturesque. Let me see if I find it.
Yes, okay.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, right here. This is a picturesque little resort town
This
with
is
years-round outdoor activities. Yes? So,
activity. Okay.
if you see this example that we have here, okay, it's exactly the same in on the next page.
Yes,
This one. Yeah,
yes.
a picturesque
Right
little
now.
resort. Okay.
Oh, Lord, town.
So we have to practice. This is not too difficult, I would say, but you just have to follow this sequence, and you will
Yes.
see that you will do it in a
One.
better way. Okay. Let's
Okay.
go to page 111.
Mhm.
111. So here we have another chart. It's
Mm.
practically the same, right?
Okay.
So can you read here?
Okay. Shape, rounding,
Mm-hmm,
color, red, blue,
mm-hmm,
and material,
mm-hmm.
silk, plastic, are also used to describe nouns. They appear in the following order.
Exactly. When we are talking about shape, we are talking about round thing, the shape of something, right? The color, it is obvious here. Material, we are talking plastic, iron,
Yeah,
silk. Yeah.
yes.
So that is
Whatever.
material. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And then we have here the things that we have to follow the order.
Mm.
Quality, size, shape, age, color, type, material, and noun. Okay. For
Whatever.
example, when we say quaint or picturesque, okay, this
Pictures.
is the quality of something.
Yes.
When we are saying something, I mean, the size, little, small, short, high, those are about size, right?
Okay.
Then we have the shape, okay, the shape like this one, round, thin, fat, yeah, square. Then we have the age, old, 5 years
Oh,
old, for example,
yeah.
okay? The color, here it says brightly colored, coloreado así fuerte, right? Then we have the type, resort, Thai, I don't remember what is Thai, but this is the name of something in another country. I don't remember.
Right.
Um, but type in this case also can be the type of the house. Yeah,
The house.
I-
Okay.
exactly. If, for
Mhm.
example, when the the type is like resort, and also when we have these examples, I don't remember because we have for many of them. Let me go back in the 22. This one, we have some types of houses in this case, right?
Okay.
Resort town or resort house, a rural
A rural
house, a
town.
rural town,
Yeah.
yeah, suburban house or town. So these kind of things, this is the type, not the
Okay.
material, not the material, okay? Good. So
Yes.
Okay, let's continue here. Okay, and then we have the material. Yeah,
Yes.
when the house is made of wooden, the madera, right?
Yes.
So that is the material. Or brick. Brick is de ladrillos. I will put it
Brick.
here.
Brick.
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 Brick
Okay.
house, for example. That would be casa de ladrillos.
Ladrillos.
And then
Okay.
we have the noun. Yeah, we have the street, hotels, fishing boats, things like that.
Oh.
Mhm.
This is the noun that is described by these for these adjectives, right?
This the previous, exactly.
Yes.
Mhm,
Yes.
exactly. So yeah, the noun in this case goes at the end, right? So previously, we have some additional information that is going to give a sense to the sentence, right? And then we have here, for you to understand better this, I think that is not complicated, but let's see. In the first example, okay? The instruction says, Robert,
The first, okay.
mhm,
Put the words in the correct order.
in the correct
In the correct order.
in the correct order, okay? Then we have the first example, right? So this is not in order, the example, and you
Okay.
have to put it in order, okay?
Okay.
And we have here,
He bought a red.
mhm,
He bought a red house brick later in the center of town.
okay. This example is not in order. And then the book is giving you the correct order, okay?
Yes.
And it says,
Okay. He bought a little red brick house in the center of town.
mhm, exactly. So he bought a little, okay? We say here, we
Little
have here little.
size.
Then we have the color, red, right here. I'm sorry, here.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see. Little, little. Then we have color, red. Okay.
Brick material.
Then the type,
Yes.
type. Okay. Oh, in this case, yeah, material,
Material.
not
Yes.
type. Exactly. So, brick house. If you see, it is not necessary that you mention all of these areas,
Yes.
but they have to follow this order. Okay.
Okay.
And then the noun or additional information, maybe in the center of town.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. Now, the same thing has to happen over here, the number two and number until number four. I
Okay.
think that only four. Yeah, only four. Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so let's try to organize these ones. Okay,
Okay.
read them first and then tell me the complete sentence. If you don't know a word, you can use Google Translator to look at it, the meaning.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, teacher.
If you can put it in the chat.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cottage. Cottage. They renting. Let me see.
Cottage is a cabaña.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Chat. Okay. Here. Let me see. They renting. They're they renting. Renting out. Square type. Hmm. Wait. Square. They renting a shape. Mhm. Mhm. They renting a square. Square pink.
The first sentence starts only here. They
Yeah.
renting only that.
They're
Then
in.
this is going to be like the rest that you have to order or organize.
Okay.
Mhm.
Square pink and traditional cottage. Cottage beside the river. Be okay. They renting a square pink traditional cottage beside the river. Okay. He hated living in a border.
Mhm.
He hated living in. Wait, wait. Let's see. He hated living in a Rwanda. Wow. Um, he hated living in in a remote, remote little with it's wooden, mhm, border, border. I don't know. Let me see. He hated living in a remote little with its wooden border houses run down. Mhm. The
Okay,
town, the town,
that's number two. Mhm.
town, town had many, had many, had many, the town had many, hmm, did, did, oh, feels with you. Okay. Oh, oh, did it all black, black, did it all black. Did it all black. Semen with a steel, with steel roofs, buildings, roofs, buildings, buildings. Okay. Okay, teacher.
All right. The town had, okay. Can you read the first one in the chat that
Okay.
you have?
Yes, they renting a square pink traditional cottage beside the river.
Good. Next one.
He hated living in a remote little with its wooden border houses run down.
Okay. And the last one.
The town had many dirty
Dirty.
old
We say dirty.
dirty,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, dirty old black cement with steel roofs buildings.
Mm-hmm. With steel roof building. Okay. Let's see the answers. We'll put it over here. Okay. Can you compare them?
He bought a little red, a little.
The number one? No, right, because we already have
Yes,
it. Mm-hmm.
they're renting a traditional. Traditional, it's quality. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wow, okay.
Yeah.
I think that that traditional was a type.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, let me see. They renting a traditional square pink.
If you see, it says square. This is about shape.
Yes, yes,
Square. Uh-huh.
yes, square pink cottage beside the river. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the next one, I had a mistake in this in the first one. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
with traditional. And the second one, he hated living in a remote little border. Okay, border, little border, little little border town,
Mm-hmm.
little border town,
He
little
hated
border.
living in a remote little, yeah, border.
Border.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because you said in the chat, remote little.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. But
Okay.
after little, you said with its wooden.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It should
I
be
think
border.
that it's uh, uh, uh it's a phrase with
Mm-hmm.
an only meaning. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yes. But okay, we hated living in a remote near border town with its rundown wooden houses.
Mm-hmm.
With its rundown
Okay.
wooden house. Okay.
And then the last one.
And the last one, the town had many old cement.
The town
Mm,
had many old cement buildings.
old
Many
cement building
old. Mm-hmm.
with dirty black steel roofs.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yes, cement
Yes, in
built.
this case we had two nouns, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, not only one. So
Exactly.
we I had to find I had to find the adjectives for every one for every noun, right?
For each one, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, because it says the town had many old cement. Mm-hmm. Old
Yes.
cement. This
Mm,
is
old
this is talking
cement.
about something. I mean, age.
Yes. Old.
Old, right?
Yes. Old cement.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
Cement buildings is going to be maybe the material here, and then
Yes.
the noun. Mm-hmm. Dirty black steel roof.
Mm,
Okay,
mm.
good. Let's welcome Jasmine. Good morning, Jasmine. Nice to hear
Morning.
you. Nice to see you here.
Oh, thank you.
What happened to you? The traffic?
Yeah, today
Ah, yeah, it's
was
Monday.
horrible. Yeah, it's Monday.
The traffic is worst, I think, on Monday and
Yeah,
sometimes or usually on Fridays as well. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so we are starting a new week, and I think right that a vacation we will have it until next week. I don't know
Yes.
how many days. Yeah,
Okay.
at least from the classes, right?
Mhm.
As far as I know, my boss always gives all the days off. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
usually I don't know this time, right? But last year it was in that way. Okay. So,
Okay.
Robert, can you explain a little bit, Jasmine, what we are doing here?
Okay. In this case, Jasmine, good morning.
Hmm.
Good morning.
Sorry. We saw uh, how how to put the adjectives before a noun, and we and we had to we have to find the order that the adjectives must follow or previously the uh, previously to put the noun. In this case, we had an structure, and for example, we had to first we had to put the quality of the
Mhm.
noun, uh,
Mhm.
and then the size, uh, the shape, and age, color, type, material, and for and the at the final the noun. So um, so uh, it it isn't always it isn't always uh, we had every all of these types of adjectives. So for 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 every example, we we had to we have to put in the order that correspond the the adjectives.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. In other words, Jasmine, every time that we speak in English or when we write something, the words has to be in some orders, right? We don't say things in the way that we want. We have to follow the order. Okay, it's like a structure, let's say. That's why this is grammar. And the sentences, they have to follow this thing. Okay, if in a sentence that you are going to mention or write is mentioning something about size, that can be the first one. Or the first one is quality, later size, later shape, and so on, like this. Yeah. So you cannot say first, for example, the color, and then you are going to mention here the size because we have an order. All right.
And what is the reason for this order? Because I don't know.
Oh, the
It's a
reason.
list. Mhm.
I cannot tell you exactly what is the reason. It's just like there are, let's say, like a grammar rule that the sentence has to be in this way. Yeah, it's like if I ask you,
Okay.
for example, I was telling Robert an example. when we say tengo un carro azul.
Mm,
Why azul goes at the end in Spanish? I think that nobody knows. We have a rule, right? We have a rule, but why do we have that rule? We don't know, all right? So we just
mhm.
say it. We just say it. So,
Mhm.
Okay.
but in Spanish, we say
Mhm.
carro first, azul second, okay? But in English, it's different. We say blue first and then car. I
Mhm.
have a blue car. Is in the other way around. It's al revés.
Okay.
But that is in English. But
Mhm.
why? Well, because we have a rule. But why we have this rule? I don't know, So I don't know who create the English language, and
Okay.
he or she created a lot of rules. Okay, so in this case, we have the first example, and these examples are not in order.
Mhm.
Okay, he
Mm,
bought a, and then we have red, house, brick, little, and then in the center of town, and then we have to order this sentence or this example, and then the result is this one. Okay, he bought a. Okay, a what? Well, first the size, little. Okay, then the color, right here, red. Okay, and then we have the material, brick house, una casa de ladrillo, because this
mhm.
is wooden, for example, this is madera, right? And then in the center of town, that will be like the noun.
Okay.
It's like the additional information at the end, right?
Mhm.
So in the same thing, we have to say every single word or sentence that we express in English. Complicated maybe? Yes, because we have to
Yeah.
follow this order.
We need to
And
remember what is the order.
exactly, we usually don't know it and we have
Mhm.
to get used to it. Okay, first this, then second this, then it's difficult, right? But
Yeah.
with the practice, you don't need to think about this order. You just say
Mhm.
or express your sentences or even write. Okay. So we will continue with this topic on the next page. In the next page, which is 2023, we have more examples here. Yeah. In the part B. So in this case, we can practice a little bit in pairs, right? We have only what? Three examples. We have four, but this one is already done. Okay, so Robert, the instruction.
Write descriptions of places you know.
Mhm.
Then compare answers with a partner.
Exactly. Here we have to write descriptions
Right. Right.
about places that you know. And the first one, the book is giving you this. Jasmine?
A nearby city or town that you frequently visit.
Exactly. Nearby
Nearby.
city or town that you frequently visit. Okay. So the book is telling you, hey, give an example with this thing, a city or town that you frequently visit. And then we have the example. Jasmine, Middletown.
Middleton is a typical suburban town with a good shopping mall.
Exactly. So this is the example according to this one, right? But also remember the sentence has the order of the square that we have here, the little chart.
Mm,
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me
okay.
scroll up a little bit maybe for you to see the complete rules. Right here. Okay. So they have to follow the quality, size, age, time, noun, descriptive phrase, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can continue with the number two. Number two says, what is the book asking? Mhm. What is the book asking? Can you read it, Robert?
uh, a place you'd like to visit one day.
A place you would or you'd like to visit one day. Ah, okay. Now you have to give an example, or Jasmine also, an example about that. A place that you would like to visit one day. Yeah. But
Yes.
remember that the sentence has to be in order like this one, following this one, quality, size, age, and everything here.
Okay.
All right.
Would you like to
So
visit?
remember also, it is not necessary that you mention all of them here. Remember that
Okay.
these examples, in this one, the number one, doesn't have age, doesn't have type. The second one doesn't have age. The third one doesn't have a size. Yeah. But the order has to be in that way. Okay.
Okay.
You can give one each one. Oh, but because of the time, we have like 1 minute and 25 seconds. Let's go out first and
Okay.
then we continue, okay?
Okay.
Okay, perfect.